Good afternoon, and thank you for coming to today's Be the One Luncheon, benefiting Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay. My name is Shayna, and I not only work for the agency, but I'm also a volunteer mentor. The adults in our mentoring program are called Bigs.
Hi, I'm Jasenia. I'm 8 years old and I'm going into the 4th grade at Morgan Woods Elementary School. And kids like me in the program are called Littles.
You know, I'm not really much of a public speaker. In fact, between the two of us, I'm probably the shyer one. But when I told my little sister what we were asked to do today, she jumped at the chance. So I think I'm gonna let her do all the talking. Take it away, Jasenia.
Thanks, big sister. So, as she was saying, when you put together a big and a little, it's called a match. And we're a good match. We met last year, and we like to do all kinds of fun things. We've explored the world without even leaving Tampa. My big sister and I like to learn about different cultures, and we love trying all sorts of food. So far, sushi was my favorite, but I didn't like Greek too much. Today you're going to meet more littles like me and learn how you can help. Before you enjoy your lunch, I want to share a poem with you called My Mentor, My Friend by Sarisa Gunter. Then we will take a short break. My mentor, my friend. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to learn from you. When I was seeking so much knowledge, when I was asking many questions, you patiently listened accordingly. Never showing signs of frustration, thank you for taking the time to show me the necessary skills today that will lead me with confidence into tomorrow. For believing in me and having enough faith to share your work, your dreams, and your vision. Thank you for accepting me as I am with all my eagerness and cheer of joy over the little things. You never tried to squelch the spirit in me. Instead, you have encouraged the spirit, and for that I do thank you. I realize the knowledge I need for work can be learned anywhere, taught by most anyone, but the life skills I needed that go along with it, well, that would have to be taught by a very unique individual, with a very special gift for giving, with a gift of patience and understanding. That someone is you, my mentor and now my friend.
You may now enjoy your lunch. Thank you.
Good? Okay. Thank you for everyone's attention. I hope the lunch is delicious. I haven't had mine yet because I didn't want to spill it on me. My name is Jacob Boker, and I'm a proud big brother of 9-year-old Sophie, which I think his picture is coming up soon. But when the picture comes up, it's going to be a picture of us from the recent Big Brothers Big Sisters Bowl for Kids Sake event, where Sophie was able to bowl for the first time, and he enjoyed it a lot. And my thumb is actually still hurting from all the games we played. So we meet once a week at Mosey Elementary Partnership School. And over the last 2 years that we've been matched, we've learned a lot about each other, and I've learned a lot about Pokemon, which he is obsessed with. I learned about the Big Brothers Big Sisters site-based program through a presentation at MetLife where MetLife's proud to be the sponsor of today's luncheon and has had this relationship for many years. Not only do we provide funds, we also provide many opportunities for recruitment of new volunteers. Some of my colleagues from MetLife are here today with me at table number 5. And actually many of them are also Bigs as well. So if I could, the Bigs from table number 5 MetLife would stand up and we could just recognize them for a quick second. So on behalf of my little brother Sophie and all the littles out there, we want to thank you very much for coming out today and being a part of this luncheon. And that's it. At this time, I would like to introduce the CEO and President of Big Brothers Big Sisters Tampa Bay, Stephen Cook.
Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? Good. Jacob, thank you very much, and thank you to everyone from MedLife for all that you do. You know, for us at Big Brothers Big Sisters, we couldn't be more proud of our partnership, and what you do allows us to serve so many of our kids and great volunteers, so thank you so much. You know, earlier this year, another great partner, the Tampa Bay Rays, arranged for one of their rising stars, Steven Souza Jr., to be our VIP at what we call our VIP Bowl for Kids' Sake event. And if you've never been to this, you got to come some year. It's really a lot of fun. We love the Rays and we love all their VIPs. And two of our guests that night at that time was the big sister and little sister that spoke earlier today, Shayna and her little sister Jacinia. And Jacinia told Shayna that night, about halfway through the evening, that she wanted her picture taken with Steven. And so Shayna started walking toward where Steven Souza was at the time. And then Jacinia stopped her and said, "No, it wasn't that Steven." She wanted her picture with me. Well, that made my day. And you know, to our kids, you know, we are VIPs. And when you think about our bigs, they are supercharged VIPs. They really, really are. So we deeply appreciate you all taking the time to join us today for this luncheon. And we do these luncheons really for three purposes. One, we want to get together with you as friends, and in many ways this is like a family reunion, but to kind of give you an update on what's going on, what's happening at Big Brothers Big Sisters. We also want to tell you and update you on the kids that we're serving and how they're doing and what they're achieving. And third, we want to talk about why we need funding to do what we do. And we want to make you feel good if you decide to fund us and possibly even volunteer to be one of our bigs someday. Okay, so what's been going on at our agency? What's been happening? Well, the big news was, of course, last year was our first year as a fully merged agency that included all of Pinellas County, Hillsborough County, and really 5 other counties here in West Central Florida. I used to live in West Central Illinois, and after a while that comes out. And so the merger was really, you know, you would think it was going to be painful. It wasn't that painful. It really was a fun experience where we had a chance as 2 large agencies to bring together our policies, our procedures, and our staff, and kind of rethink how we're doing things and how we could make things more efficient, and most importantly, how we could focus on serving more kids. And last year, there's always ups and downs, but we did serve just under 3,000 kids with a volunteer big brother or big sister in all 7 of our counties. And thanks to a big year-end push in our fundraising, our revenues last year exceeded the revenue from the 2 agencies prior year by 7%. So we're really proud of that. And you know, one of the things we like to focus on is quality. And you know, with these great kids that we serve, we want them and we want the volunteers to have a quality mentoring experience. So we check things like duration, we check things like results and so forth. And our kids and everyone really did well. So everything was really the result of a great board of directors, great staff, great donors, great volunteer big brothers and big sisters, 3,000 of them, and great kids whom we've had an opportunity to serve. You can see it takes a lot of people to do what we do. And I'm so pleased that so many of you are here today because you are among these great people. So who are the kids we're serving today and how are we doing? Who remembers America's Promise? It's something we don't talk about a lot, but okay, our friends from USF sure do. But you should Google it if you haven't heard about it for a while. It's still there. But this was a national cause, a national commitment by our business leaders, our political leaders, not-for-profit leaders, people from all stripes of life who said, what do we need to do for kids in America? And they made 5 promises to America's youth. And today I just want to talk about the first promise and what I consider to be one of the most important promises, but that is to put a caring adult into the life of every child. Why is that important? Well, caring adults are really the centerpieces of what it takes for childhood development. They serve as guides, caretakers, advisors who give these kids positive and productive guidance throughout their development, right? That's what we do at Big Brothers Big Sisters. And while we know that every child in America and in Tampa Bay could benefit from a mentor, we try to focus on those kids who may be getting missed or overlooked. So this includes who? It includes children of long-term incarcerated parents, parents who are in prison for a year or more. Close to 1/3 of our kids fall into this category. And we like to focus on these kids because the statistics show without positive interventions, like programs from Big Brothers Big Sisters, there's a 60 to 70% likelihood that these kids are going to follow in their parents' footsteps. We cover kids being raised by people other than their parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, other elderly family members, tremendous people who have taken on the task of raising these kids. We serve children of single-parent families where the mom or dad are being stretched to the point where their sons and daughters could really benefit by having an adult mentor in their lives to help out. Over 90% of the children we serve are being raised in poverty, which has a huge impact on development and learning. And we're getting more and more lessons about that all the time. We serve children whose teachers have identified them as needing a big brother or big sister to help them learn. And it's not because these kids aren't smart or don't have the ability to learn, but there's social factors that are holding them back. We serve military kids who have a parent being deployed repeatedly. We serve foster kids. We serve kids who are living with families who have housing challenges in partnership with Metropolitan Ministry. The list goes on and on. And we at Big Brothers Big Sisters could not be more proud or honored when a parent or other legal guardian entrusts us with their children. Our results continue to be strong. No matter the background of these kids, where they come from, what the color of their skin is, or their gender, or any other factor, you match them up with the right big brother or big sister, and they're going to thrive. 97% of the kids in our program who were mentored for at least 6 months graduated to the next grade level last year. 99% stayed out of the juvenile justice system. Impressive numbers. We just want to serve more. So why do we need funding? Why do we ask for funding, and why do we do what we do? While it may look like what we're doing is easy, and we're using volunteers, and you say, why do you really need money? You know, we do work hard to make it look easy to our volunteers and to our families. It's actually very, very staff intensive. This is because we're pairing some of the most at-risk kids in our community with adult volunteer strangers. And you know, that can be very, very risky. A lot has to go into keeping everyone safe and in compliance with our standards. But we know from our experience, from doing this in this market for over 55 years and doing this nationally for about 115 years, we know that with the right standards, the right controls, the right professional staff in place, and the right volunteers, it's a very reasonable and worthwhile risk. It just takes funding to do. So we focus on diversifying our revenue sources like any good business. And boy, we collaborate with everyone with both our fundraising and our volunteer recruitment efforts. Here in Florida, we are collaborating with all Big Brother Big Sister agencies across this beautiful state with our new Big Brother Big Sisters license plate, which I think is up on the screen now. And we receive $25 from each plate per year that this plate's in existence. And they can be purchased at any county tax collector office. I want this to be the #1 license plate in the state of Florida. That's my goal. This year, about 30% of our funding will come from government sources, and about 70% will be some private sources. That government number used to be higher, but it's been going down in recent years. Recently, we just were notified that we're taking about a $400,000 cut from our funding from the Department of Juvenile Justice, as all those funds were eliminated and moved to another department. This impacts our Mentoring Children of Prisoners program, and we're very determined to get that funding restored. Today is actually our first opportunity to talk about that and make up for that unexpected and unbudgeted cut in our funding. At the end of the program today, you're going to get to meet actually our Bigs of the Year and be given the opportunity to donate or make a multi-year pledge. I personally plan to make a significant donation today. If you haven't told by now, I really believe in this program. And you know, it's a better investment than almost anything else where I could put my money. A recent study that I read showed that on average in the United States, it costs $88,000 per year to keep a juvenile incarcerated in a juvenile detention center. $88,000 per year. And that was in 2008 dollars. Compare that to the cost of maintaining a big or little match for a year, which on average is around $1,500 at this agency. It's real important. Did you know that 90% of teenagers who are in the juvenile justice system today are functionally illiterate? Children who can't read by the 4th grade can't do classwork. That makes them 4 times more likely to drop out of school. So what does this all mean? Well, it shows for me that the connection between education, illiteracy, and juvenile delinquency and incarceration is very, very clear. And I think our friends from law enforcement and the judiciary and teachers would agree with me. Ladies and gentlemen, we all pay the price when we allow any of our children in our community to fail. It's a hefty price. Today is actually a rare chance to do something about it. Surprisingly, you know, less than 50% of all attendees at luncheons such as this donate. That's not just for Big Brothers Big Sisters, that's for any of these luncheons. But we like to do them because it gives us a chance to tell our story and explain what we're doing. But just think of the impact if we could reverse that trend. What if we had 100% participation from everyone? Whatever it is that people could afford. I know that everyone in this room cares about children in our community, and in many cases are doing a lot of things already to help in various ways with their own families and others. But we're going to ask you today, later in the program, to make the kids that we're serving, the kids that are often overlooked and not taken care of, to be a bigger priority in all of our personal lives. Forget about what your employer may be doing, forget about what your neighbor may be doing or not doing, but think about what you're doing. Let's make this personal to us. We at Big Brothers Big Sisters are very proud to have a proven, evidence-based program that is really working. We are really getting positive results. We are really keeping these kids in school and out of juvenile detention centers. We just need the funding to do it to a larger degree. This is important to me. I think it's important to all of us. Today, you each can be the ones that help make that happen. Let's do this. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, I'm Deanna Ward. I'm the Vice President of Resource Development for Big Brothers Big Sisters. We're going to mix things up a little bit. Stephen, thank you for those remarks, but you know what? I want to bring on another guest. we talked about the kids who are on our waiting list, those who want a big brother or big sister. And there's a special person I want you to meet. And can I bring up little brother Gus? Come on up. Let's give him a hand as he's walking up here. All right, did you have a chance to eat, Gus? Sorry to interrupt you. I know this is busy for you. Can you introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi everyone, my name is Gus. I'm 10 years old. She's the best. I'm just saying, she's the best.
Thank you. I'll give you a little something later, Gus. I appreciate it. Tell everybody where you go to school.
I go to school at McDonald Elementary. It may sound funny, but I go there.
Okay. And so, like Gus, there's so many children who want a big brother. And so what we do is we interview, kind of like we're kind of doing here. We really find out about the little brother and the little sister. What do they want to do? What do they want to teach their big? So I want to ask you guys, if you had a big brother, what would you teach him?
I'll teach him how to play basketball. There's many things I could teach him, but I can't name them right now.
Oh, a little too much of a crowd, or there's so many things you want to teach him, you don't have time to tell me right now.
Yeah.
I heard you're a pretty good skateboarder, though. Tell me about that.
I am a pretty good skateboarder, but I don't do that much tricks.
Okay, so maybe that's something you could learn together. Now, you were also telling me that you really enjoy school. What's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject's science.
Science, I like that. And what's the subject where you need a little extra help and maybe your big could help you do that?
I actually need help in math because I need to learn a lot of times.
The timetable, we were practicing. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Yeah, those are the easy ones. It's the 9s that kind of trip you up a little bit, right? Gotcha. So you were talking about some of the other sports. You said you want a big brother who is a little athletic, right? So rattle off all the sports you want to do with your big.
I like to play basketball, soccer, baseball, kickball, all types of sports.
So go ahead and raise your hand now, men, of those who are really good at those sports. Gus might be able to teach you a few things. But and you were also telling me that just to have a big, what would you tell him? What would you say to your big?
I'll tell him that I'm really excited to have a big because it's been a long time. I have no one to talk to. The only person I have to talk to is my mom because my life is pretty sad for big.
So maybe having a guy around to kind of talk guy stuff, right?
Yep.
I understand. Now, you were also telling me there are things that you want to do when you get older, when you grow up. So tell me about that.
I'd rather be a basketball player, a singer, or a CEO worker at Little Big Brothers.
Stephen, your job is on the line. I just want to let you know, I see already the CEO and president of Big Brothers Big Sisters in Tampa Bay. And for the other CEOs out there, watch out, Gus is on his way. But and you were also letting me know that there's a lot of kids and a lot of people maybe in your neighborhood or maybe in your school who want bigs. And you thought it was pretty cool to be here today to do that. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I actually want to help kids that don't have bigs because I don't feel happy without kids that don't have bigs. I actually feel bad a bit.
So you heard it from Gus that the need is out there. And as Stephen mentioned, these are great kids who just need a person who can encourage them, who can be there to say, you know what, you can do it, or I'm proud of you, or let's try again. And so when you continue enjoying your lunch and continue being here today, remember Gus and all the other kids who are on our waiting list who want to have a big. And I'm going to leave on this last note. You said you are a prankster, so whoever is your big needs to have a good sense of humor. Is that right?
Yup, they have to be careful. I'm always out there.
I'm a little nervous. Any pranks that you can tell, or will you get in trouble for sharing?
I won't get in trouble for sharing. This one prank I did to my brother once. When he went to go to his room, I had a hand of whipped cream in my hand, and when he walked through the door, I actually splatted on his face. And then for my sister's birthday, birthday, when she had her birthday cake, I actually got it in my hands and I smudged it all over her face. She actually still has cake in her hair.
I got it. So we need to be careful, making sure that we find the big who has a sense of humor and can wash out frosting from his hair. Okay, that makes sense. Is there anything else that you want to share with all these people who are here today?
Today, I want to thank you guys for coming, because it would be actually boring if there's like 1 or 2 people out here.
And you even, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, he said he was a little nervous, but I don't think he's nervous at all, is he? No. Let's hear it for Gus.
Also, have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Thank you, Gus. Let's give him a hand as he walks back up. Our program members have a wonderful job of interviewing all of the, not only the volunteers, but interviewing the littles. They hear about their dreams, their hopes, and what they want to do in life. And so it's a very wonderful job for them to find these great bigs. We don't take the first volunteer and pair them with the first child. We really want to make sure it's a good match. We want them to be compatible so they will stay together for years to come. And speaking of great matches, I want to introduce you to one of our great big sisters, Annie Woods, here today.
When I moved back to the Tampa Bay area about 1.5 years ago, I knew one of the things I wanted to do was to be a big again. I'd been one back in Philly about 10 years ago, and it was something that I always think of as such a rewarding experience in my life. And you hear today about what the benefits the littles get, but the bigs receive them too. It's a chance for us to be in someone's life and for no other reason but to help them succeed, and that's a pretty special thing to be able to be a part of. I was matched with my little sister Olivia back in October, and we really hit it off. They knew what they were doing, and they paired us very, very well. And Olivia's very great at sharing things with me, and one of the things she shares is her beautiful voice, and she's a cantor at church, she sings in the school choir, she's in school plays, and she's even performed on Broadway. She's legit talented. And when I asked her what one of her favorite roles is, she told me it was playing Annie, and in it she sings this song called Maybe. And it's a great song because Annie's talking about what her parents might be like. And it kind of resonates with us today because there's so many little kids like us who are on the waiting list that are kind of wondering what their big's going to be like, their big brother, big sister, big couple. And so Olivia's here today and she likes to sing it for everybody. So yes, we're all very lucky. So it's my very big honor to welcome Olivia.
He may be pouring her coffee.
legit. So even though Olivia and I have been matched for a little bit less than a year, I know that we're going to be a part of each other's life for a very long time. But we have a very long time to go compared to the next big and little you're about to meet. They were in the beginning, back when the program got started in Pinellas County in 1968. Enjoy.
On my way back from vacation one time, I was sitting by this lady on the plane. She said to me, the most rewarding program I've ever been in is the Big Sisters. And so I thought about it. So I went to Tampa 2 times to a meeting, Big Sisters. And I thought, there's something wrong here because there's got to be little kids in Clearwater. So I just came back and I got 30 women together and we started the Big Sisters in Pinellas County. Well, I was the first Big Sister and I was president of the club. So how we got our little sisters was from schools, from parents, from anyone that told us that someone needed a big sister. So mine was Melita Galea. This is the very first day I got Melita. We went to Countryside Mall. We had our pictures made there. And this is 48 years old, this picture is. And she was 5 when I got her.
I'm telling you, my life would have been rough, it would have been harder, I would have been struggling more if it wasn't for Alice. She said, now Melita, when you grow up, you're going to have to work and support you, you know. She was always on me about that. If it wasn't for Alice, I really don't know if I would have pursued any kind of career. I wanted to achieve something, but Alice was my rock, saying, okay, Melita, you gotta do this, you gotta do this.
She wrote me a letter in '96, I believe, or something. She was like 38. And I have it on my wall, it's framed. And it says, if I hadn't met you, I don't know what my life would have been like. I have no family left, so Melita's my family. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. And I know if I call her tomorrow, she would be there for me, and I would be there for her. Yeah.
It's okay. That's sweet. She is my family. When I got married, she was right there, and when I had my first child, she was there, and all throughout my life. The first time I graduated from college, she came, and when I was surgical tech, she was right there, and all special events and major events in our lives, we always come together for every one of them. It's a wonderful thing, and there's so many people out there, so many children out there that need help. They need to reach out and join the program and be part of the program. It's a wonderful thing. There's no negative that I ever heard or ever seen in this program. It's wonderful.
Everyone needs somebody, and Melita is here for me. So it's just it's a wonderful program. 48 years later, still Big Sister, but she's taller than I am.
I should be the Big Sister
but
now.
I can still rule.
We are also have been honored to have been selected as Big and Little for the state of Florida. So, you know, when you think of the challenges that Seth and Delaney and all the kids in this program face, and you think about what goes into making a successful Big Little match, and, you know, as you've heard, there's a lot that goes into it. We don't just take somebody from this list and somebody from that list and put them together and say, go have fun. You know, our experience is that Big Brother, Big Sister has degree, trained professional staff that assess every big and every little that walk through the door. There's mandatory background checks for every volunteer. There's training second to none that's also mandatory for every volunteer, whether you've had experience with children or not. And and the cost today pays forward into the future, as you can see by Alice and Melita. A lot of these relationships do last for a lifetime.
Maintaining these strict standards passed down from our National Office for Child and Volunteer Safety, as well as ensuring successful outcomes of our matches, are absolutely our highest priorities. While the agency has done a phenomenal job at maintaining control over costs, the cost for a big and little match for 1 year is $1,500.
And that $1,500, when you it's very cost effective when you compare it to some of the possible alternatives these at-risk kids face. As was mentioned, the juvenile justice system, $88,000 for a year compared to $1,500. You can see that the return on investment is not only obvious, but a lot of times quite substantial. And so it just makes sense to make an investment in Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And the benefits, just aren't just strictly related to the big and the little either. The positive effects also affect the families and the communities, not just today, but in the future. So don't you want to be a part of the solution today? And
Table captains, could you please pass out the pledge cards at this time?
I just want to say one more thing. Listening to Gus over there, hey Gus, desperately seeking a mentor and a volunteer to help him on the right road in life. Hearing that for Kim and I is what makes us not only give our time as big, but also our financial resources as well too. And so we hope that you've heard something today that's kind of pulled at your heartstrings and kind of nudged you and given you a little bit of initiative to kind of think about what kind of investment you'd like to make. Yeah.
Okay, everybody ready? I have my glasses so I can see what I'm looking at here. All right, at the top of your pledge card, you'll see various dollar amounts to choose from $325 to $3,000. You're welcome to change that amount, especially if it exceeds $3,000. Now, in the middle, you'll see you can make a one-time gift or a multi-year pledge for 2, 3, or 5 years. And if you flip it over to the other side, you'll see information about our Legacy Society. So let us know how you would like to include Big Brothers Big Sisters in your estate planning. Okay, now select a dollar amount that's comfortable for you, or actually, better yet, since we've supplied all of the inspiration, I'll ask that you apply a little perspiration and donate something that's a little uncomfortable for you.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, every dollar counts here, please. And the funds that you do donate stay right here in our community. There are over 600 children in the Tampa Bay area who are awaiting matches. Please be the ones who make a difference in their lives. Thank you so very much for coming out to the Be the One Fundraising Luncheon. From all the bigs and littles in our agency, we so appreciate your support. We wish we could express it more, but there are only so many words in the English language, right? Now, as you leave, you'll be able to gather some information about our upcoming events, especially our gala coming up on Saturday, September 10th. Again, thank you so very much, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you all for coming.